Hello again, everybody. Chris Cocker here. I'm all set to count down the 40 most played country songs in the nation, according to MediaBase 24/7 for the chart week of June 7th, 2025. Before we get started counting down this week's biggest hits, let's take a look back at last week's top three. At number three was Worst Way by Riley Green. Number two was Whiskey Drink by Jason Aldean. And the number one song for the second week was I'm the Problem by Morgan Wallen. Now, can he cause problems for the third week in a row and stay at number one? Let's find out 39 hits from now. We have two debuts on the chart this week. Here's the first of those two. Debuting at number 40, it's the fifth top 40 hit for Megan Moroney as she teams up with Kenny Chesney with a new one called You Had to Be There. For a second week at number 39, here's another duet, Sam Barber and Avery Anna, two newcomers with their first chart hit, Indigo. At number 38 for the second week, here's Chase Matthew with Darlin'. Slipping two spots to 37, Miranda Lambert with Run. And at number 36 for the third week, Warren Ziders with Relapse. Up two spots to 35, Hardy with Favorite Country Song. Slipping two spots to 34, it's Megan Patrick with Golden Child. Up a notch to number 33, Hudson Westbrook with House Again. At number 32, slipping a notch, here's Parmalee with Cowgirl. And at number 31, up two spots, Ernest with Would If I Could. At number 30 for the second week, and its 13th week in the countdown, George Birds and It Won't Be Long. And here's our second debut this week, rolling in all the way up at number 29. It's a new one from Scotty McCreery. He teams up with pop music group Hootie and the Blowfish. Their new song is called Bottle Rockets. And with those two debuts, we say goodbye to two droppers, Falling Out, Time's Ticking, and Tough People. On with the countdown, here's Tucker Wetmore up a notch to number 28 with 3, 2, 1. In its 13th week in the countdown, he's up 1 to 27, Dierks Bentley with She Hates Me. And at number 26, up a notch, here's Rascal Flatts and the Jonas Brothers with I Dare You. At number 25, up a notch, Jelly Roll with Heart of Stone. Up one to number 24, Keith Urban with Straight Line. Up to number 23, here's Parker McCollum with What Kind of Man. At number 22 and climbing, Jordan Davis with Bar None. In its 26th week on the countdown, he's up to number 21, Jackson Dean with Heavens to Betsy. In his 10th week in the countdown, he climbs to number 20, Eric Church with Hands of Time. Up to number 19 this week, it's Russell Dickerson with Happened to Me. Slipping back one to number 18, John Party with Friday Night Heartbreaker. Up two spots to number 17, her 27th week on the chart, Carly Pearce with Truck on Fire. In at number 16 for the second week, it's Shabuzi with Good News. Leaping three spots to number 15, Bailey Zimmerman with Luke Combs called Backup Plan. At number 14, up a notch, Luke Bryan and Country Song Came On. In his 13th week in the countdown, he climbs one to number 13, Thomas Rhett, and After All the Bars Are Closed. At number 12, dropping back one, Tyler Hubbard with Park. And sitting at number 11, up two spots, Morgan Wallen and Just In Case. Now here's the first of the 10 biggest hits, Nate Smith, spending a second week at number 10 with Fix What You Didn't Break. And at number 9 again this week, it's Josh Rouse and Single Again. The number 8 song for the second week is Sam Hunt with Country House. Slipping a notch to number 7, here's Ella Langley with Weren't for the Wind. Trading places with Ella, climbing one to number 6, is Corey Kent with This Heart. And at number 5 for the fourth week, it's Kane Brown with Backseat Driver. And at number 4 for the fourth week, it's Megan Moroney with Am I OK? At number 3 for the third week, it's Riley Green with Worst Way. Well, what goes up must come down. After 2 weeks at number 1, he slips to number 2 this week, Morgan Wallen and I'm the Problem. And the new number 1 song in country music this week, it took 35 weeks to get here, and it climbs a notch this week to take over number 1. It's Jason Aldean with Whiskey Drink. That is our countdown of the 40 most played country hits this week. Join me again next time, and once again, we'll count them down and find out who's got the number 1 country hit in North America. Thanks for listening.